Good evening and welcome. Everybody's dialing in, so good to see you all. We're just going to wait a couple minutes for everybody to log in. And I hope that your night is going well wherever down in the province you reside. In Thunder Bay here, it's cold. I know in southern Ontario, there was rain and then to get some snow as well. North Bay, it was raining like crazy. So I was changing the sign in front of my store to read, wouldn't you rather be shoveling sand than shoveling snow? Because there's lots of last minute deals to the Caribbean. So
I love it. Well, winter's not over yet, that's for sure, Sean.
Oh,
Yeah. If we get to escape for a little bit for this evening, then that's okay with me.
sounds good. Okay, well, everybody seems to have logged in, so let's get going. So good evening and welcome to our exciting cruise event tonight. We have our very special partner, Shirley Liu from Oceania. And before we talk about Shirley, and we have lots to talk about with Shirley, I just want to talk about my team. So there are 7 Cs. We have 6 centers and we have 1 superstar team. We call it Team Friesen. And we're just really, really thankful that you have joined us here tonight. And we're going to be talking about one of my favorite brands, absolutely. We're going to start out with a great video just to frame, like, we've been stuck at home for 22 months. Most of us love to travel. We love to get out, and this video is just going to set the stage for what the next 12 months is going to be like.
Stuff. We love stuff, and there's some really great stuff out there. But I doubt that any of us will look back on our lives and think, I wish I'd gotten a slightly sportier SUV, bought an even thinner TV, or found a trendier scent. I wish I'd discovered a crunchier chip, found a lighter light beer, or had an even smarter smartphone. Do you think any of us will look back in our lives and regret the things we didn't buy? Or the places we didn't go?
And I really, really believe that. I really believe, you know, when we're all done, I mean, we're going to remember the memories that we made and the dreams that we managed to fulfill with our spouse, with our friends, with our family, with our grandkids. And it's a great big world. The world is ready for us. Let's get back out there. So my team. So we have 6 stores currently open. We have a Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, Sudbury, North Bay, which just opened up on Monday. We're right beside Ivan's Restaurant. So if you've been to North Bay, best breakfast in Northern Ontario. Woodstock and then Windsor. I am planning to open up 2 more stores in 2022, Sarnia and Chatham. And then for 2023, I'm planning to open up 2 more stores. Sean, are you crazy? Maybe I am. St. Thomas and Aurelia. Why am I doing this? I believe that there are so many people who need great travel advisors to help them make the most of every trip. And that's really what we want to do. We're not necessarily going to save you money because we don't find you the cheapest product. We find you the best product for you. We're going to make sure that the experience is what you want it to be. Your vacation time is so important and we've missed so much. Let's make the most of every trip. My team is knowledgeable. In 2019, pre-COVID, we actually booked 8,500 passengers who traveled. And so we are looking forward to getting back to that. I've been a franchise partner for 15 years now. I've got a team of 190 consultants from Kenora to North Bay, Windsor to Toronto. We're passionate travelers. We love what we do. We want to make your trip better. We want to tell you things that you may not know about a destination or a favorite restaurant or a favorite hotel. Yeah, and it's just such a great way to travel. My team has traveled to all 7 continents. We are passionate travelers, and sometimes people think dealing with a travel agency is going to cost more. Absolutely not. We have special partnerships with the suppliers. Suppliers will never sell to you direct less than what they let us sell for. And we've got group space and we've got specials. You want to deal with a travel agent, especially right now. Just some pictures of my team here. That bottom middle picture, that is aboard the Oceania, I think that's the Nautica, and that's a specialty restaurant right at the back of the ship. That's with some fellow franchise partners there. And we love to travel. We're passionate travelers. Here again, we sacrifice to check out the product to make sure that the product is best for you. And we just want to make your trips as special as possible. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Shirley Lou. Absolutely one of my favorite cruise lines. I am hosting a group in September, sorry. And we booked this like fall of 2020. And I can't believe it's almost here. So take it away. Tell us about your amazing product. We're really looking forward to this tonight.
Thank you, Sean, for the lovely introduction. Always great to be part of your events. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I hope you're keeping well and safe and are getting excited about the easing of travel restrictions, albeit slowly around the world. I know I am, and if you have been waiting, planning, researching what you want to do for your next travel adventure, I think we're all feeling the same way and thinking about how, if we were to travel again, how would we travel differently? What would we do? How do we travel more meaningfully and purposefully? We want to make choices that reflect what's important to us, right? And we want to go back to our favorite places. Some of us want to continue our exploration to discover new places because we haven't been able to in the past 2 years, and for some 3. But with that, I'm so thrilled to bring you the top 10 voyages you'd want to do on Oceania Cruises, our small to mid-sized ships known for our creative itineraries, outstanding cuisine around the world, and most of all, known for curating meaningful experiences and connections to the places and people that enrich our lives through travel. And if you are an Oceania Club member watching this, we cannot wait to see you on board again. If you are new to Oceania Cruises, I hope you will be inspired and maybe even add a few more destinations to your bucket list. So let's jump right in. Number 1 on the list is this exotic 12-day journey that begins in the Holy Land with 3 full days in Jerusalem. Travel back in time to biblical times, explore and immerse yourself in a country so ancient and modern, it will change our worldview completely. And did you know that Israel has the best hummus in the world? So famous that it made it to the Lonely Planet's top 500 ultimate eats around the world. This voyage takes you through 7 countries, and then it concludes with an overnight stay in Venice. Now, what makes this number 1 voyage even more special is the fact that this is a hosted cruise by Sean and Tammy, and there is still space if you want to cross this off your list. Now, overnight stays and late evening departures are one of the distinctive features of our voyages on Oceania Cruises. We intentionally include this in our itinerary so you can take your time to go further and deeper and enjoy the nightlife, like being able to enjoy a Russian ballet in St. Petersburg, for example, or hang out with the locals in a pub in Dublin, or get enraptured in the passion of a flamenco performance in Seville in Spain. Now, we offer many evening excursion options in destinations where your ship hotel waits for you for 2 or 3 full days. We offer immersive shore experiences that truly allow you to do a lot of things that a shorter stay may not permit. So with 3 days in Jerusalem, you can venture into Masada, float in the Dead Sea, cover yourself in mineral-rich mud, or for many, even as a pilgrimage. Number 2 on the list is Japan. Japan is an island country in East Asia, and this archipelago consists of almost 7,000 islands. And as an island country, the best way to explore this region is by small ship to appreciate it fully. Here, you can delve into Japanese culture by partaking in a ritualistic tea ceremony, an art form that will elevate the tea to more than just a mere beverage. You can walk among bamboo forests or take a drive to the seaside pine grove in Miho no Matsubara. And the grove consists of more than 50,000 pine trees, and you can gaze upon the peaks of the legendary Mount Fuji. And be sure to stay in a ryokan, a traditional inn, typically set among hot springs, and you can find your zen. We combine marquee ports and boutique ports in all our itineraries. And because our ships are more compact, we are able to bring you closer to the quaint and new ports, the smaller fishing villages and the communities that are generally inaccessible by the big ships. Our 684 or 1,250 guest ships are able to sail and dock close or oftentimes right in the city centers, which means that there are no disembarkation lines or long travel times, so you'll have even more time to explore and hang out at the destination. Number 3 on the list is Spain. Stunning architecture, incredible food and landscapes. Put Canary Islands on your list. Here, you can visit a renowned vineyard when you are in Arrecife that produces distinct wines, primarily from the Malvasia grape. And what's cool about these vineyards is that to survive in the dry soil, the vines are planted in a funnel-shaped crater, and the ground is covered with porous volcanic granules to retain moisture. It is truly remarkable what harvest this would bring on a seemingly sterile but clearly fertile land. This tour is included in our O-Life Toy Show excursions, which I'll share with you in a moment. Now, I'm not a wine drinker, but I do appreciate the work and the love that goes into growing food, and in this case, the cultivation of wines around the world. Now, this voyage also calls upon Tangiers in Morocco with an overnight in Lisbon, Portugal, which in itself presents another adventure. Be sure to try the lamb stew made in whimsical clay pots called tagine. And if you love this dish so much, we also offer cooking classes on board our culinary center, or better yet, you'll be able to sample this with a local family on one of our culinary tours. Now, this voyage is also unique because guests sailing on this itinerary will be the first to sail on our brand new 1,200 guest ship Vista, the next generation of Oceania ships in her inaugural season in the spring of 2023. And yes, when in Spain, be sure to watch a live flamenco dance. Number 4 on the list is South Africa. There is so much to do here depending on what you're passionate about. You cannot visit South Africa without paying homage to the great Victoria Falls. And one look, it is very obvious why Victoria Falls is called the smoke that thunders. And seeing this natural phenomenon up close is truly a remarkable experience. And you can extend your exploration with our pre- or post and overland programs. If an African safari is on your list, you'll be able to observe iconic African wildlife in one of the best wildlife national parks at Chobe National Park. Morning and afternoon game drives offer front row seats to watch elephants, lions, and countless other animals in their natural habitats. You'll also be cruising the Chobe River, offering yet another perspective of the area known for its diverse wildlife. Now, this is one of the many legendary national parks, or you can even visit a South African vineyard that form Oceania's collection of curated experiences for our guests that you can certainly add on before or after your cruise. Number 5 on the list, it is South America, Patagonia. the Chilean forts, Machu Picchu, the Panama Canal, Sunsplash Islands, and so much more are at your fingertips on this roving journey of more than a month. The culture capitals of Montevideo, Santiago de Chile, Lima, and Panama City only add to the allure. Visit the lost city of the Incas, 7,000 feet above sea level at Machu Picchu from Lima, during a mid-cruise stop, and visit the Galapagos in Ecuador during the circumnavigation adventure around South America. The isolated locations of Machu Picchu and the Galapagos certainly have helped preserve the wonders of these UNESCO World Heritage Sites, which are even more awe-inspiring when you see and experience them in person. And you can also tell your friends that you have been to the end of the world in Ushuaia, also a gateway to visit nearby penguin colonies. You'll continue on to view the spectacular Chilean forts and do a daylight crossing in Panama Canal. And for destination collectors, you get to check off 24 ports in 12 countries in 38 days on your list on this voyage. Now, we all miss home when we're away for too long, but what if where you're staying feels like home? On Oceania Cruises, your suite or stateroom, your second home, you're comfortable, you're going to be in your second home, your very comfortable and familiar sanctuary after a busy day of exploring. You can return to enjoy all the comforts you find at home. The only difference is that you don't have to think about what to make for dinner or have to make your bed. Our comfortable and residential design, along with the luxurious amenities in your stateroom, all furnished with our famous tranquility beds, make for a great night's rest, making our ships, your residence at sea, truly well suited for longer voyages, whether you sail with us for 14 days or 38 days. Now, whether you're out exploring every day or feel like just chilling on board, there is always something to do, from complimentary yoga classes or an art class or a fitness class or hands-on cooking classes, or you can also listen to subject matter experts on every voyage, depending on the region that you visit. Up next, we invite you to get swept away in the enchantment and legends of the British Isles on this beautiful journey to historical capitals such as Edinburgh and Dublin, along with the magical landscapes of the Orkney Islands and the Hebrides, making the voyage to the British Isles number 6 on the list. Be sure to check out the scenery of Lewis Island, including its remarkable standing stones at Callanish and the black houses of Arnall. The standing stones consist of 19 monoliths, some rising over 15 feet, ending in a 13-stone circle. As with Stonehenge, there are theories that no tangible records that explain the stones, what its true purpose was. But this site is rumored to be an inspiration behind the stones replicated in the series Outlander. It is certainly less crowded than Stonehenge near Southampton. And with our curated land excursions, you'd find plenty to do, including exploring the local culinary scene to savor the amazing craft beer selections at the end of the day. And yes, the fish and chips are amazing here. But you certainly can explore without the crowds. What I love about exploring the British Isles on our smaller ships is that you do spend a lot of time on land. In other words, leave your stuff, go, explore, and wander. And unlike land escorted tours, there is no packing and unpacking. You get to take your hotel or your bed on the road with you, and certainly be able to explore without the crowds. Number 7 on our list is an action-packed 10-day voyage on board our 684 guest ship, Nautica, to immerse in the wonders of Turkey and Greece. Feel free to arrive earlier to tour the icons of Istanbul and Turkey's enthralling Cappadocia region, a very bizarre landscape of volcanically formed rock chimneys. There are houses carved out of sheer cliffs and sprawling underground cities. It's pretty cool. But if you prefer to explore the local bazaars and the exquisite smells of the local cuisine, you can take your time, as your adventure already includes an overnight stay in Istanbul. Maybe even see the whirling dervishes perform the mystical Sufi ceremony known as Sima and lose yourself with the divine. Small Small islands in Greece and many other regions with smaller exquisite ports are truly best explored on a smaller ship, as mentioned earlier. At Oceania Cruises, we have a fleet of 6, well, soon 7, the Vista, ships that carry no more than 1,250 guests. And even with our compact size, the personal space ratio is still more spacious than the larger vessels, with more doting and attentive staff members looking after fewer guests. It's no surprise that many of our guests love coming back to sail with us over and over again. They love the intuitive and caring culture on board, and our longtime guests consider our onboard staff family, and it's wonderful to be recognized when they come home. Next, you'll be able to venture from the land of fire and ice to the world's largest non-continental island, Greenland. And you get to continue to scenic Canadian shores and eastern seaboard ports on this incredible 2-week jaunt that makes it number 8 on the list. I visited Halifax and St. John's many times, and I often wish I had more time because it's so different from Ontario. And if you love seafood, wow, you're going to be in seafood heaven. But with an overnight on the onset of the adventure in Reykjavik, be sure to make time to visit the Blue Lagoons. And surprisingly, Iceland has a very delicious and vibrant culinary scene here. The actor and a very funny man, Stanley Tucci, wrote in his book Taste that on one of the filming of a movie project in Iceland, it totally changed his perspective on food on this island, citing that his Icelandic culinary experience a revelation and wish that he had more time. And so if you're a foodie, this is a funny but enjoyable read. I think you'll enjoy the book, but it's like having a famous celebrity friend tell you about his adventures with food. But it just so happens that number 8 on our list is going to be hosted by Donna Kotanko, world traveler and senior advisor at Expedia Cruises. And I have to say, I'm a little jealous, Donna, but I hope you might be able to join Donna on this itinerary. Now, Oceania Cruises is known as a cruise line for foodies that even other cruise lines talk about. So if you're a foodie like me, you will love what we do. 50% of our staff members on board are dedicated to the culinary experience. We source only the finest and freshest ingredients, like the Icelanders do, and procure them throughout every voyage. So everything is fresh and made a la minute. Our culinary team also come from different parts of the world, ensuring that dishes from around the world that we feature are as authentic as they come. I know because the lobster pad thai or the rendang from Malaysia at our Red Ginger specialty restaurant taste exactly the way they taste back home when I was growing up in Malaysia. Or the Dover sole at Jacques, the French restaurant by Jacques Pepin, made with lots of butter. If you recently watched a documentary on Julia Child on Netflix, of course, all the magic happens behind the immense Michelin-starred galleys on board our ships. I have to say, I love watching our passionate chefs at work. Food is truly an art, and sharing food is love because it brings people together. A small confession, I love watching people eat, especially kids. The expression on people's faces are unmistakable when they take that first bite, especially when the food is good. And you're going to see that a lot on Oceania Cruises. Now, the best thing on Oceania Cruises is that there is no charge to dine at our specialty restaurants because good food should be shared. You don't have to pay more for better food or service. And you eat when you want and with whom you want in a relaxed country club casual setting. And if you, like me, consciously making an effort to eat better and healthier, we include an array of delicious plant-based cuisines dishes in all our restaurants so you can enjoy what you love. Now, this is important because guests sailing with us on longer voyages appreciate the selections and the foods they enjoy at home, or they can also indulge, of course, because they're on vacation, but always fresh every day. And if you are game to try new foods at least once, like my husband and I, when we travel, then number 9 is on our list, which is Asia. Asia is a foodie's paradise. And wow, there is so much to see. Where do you even start? This 14-day voyage from Hong Kong to Singapore with overnights in Saigon and Bangkok will give you a sampler of 5 countries. Asia is best explored on a smaller ship to get you right into the heart of the city, and our 684 guest ship Regatta is perfect for this. And if you're not adventurous with food, it's okay. Fear not, as with our chef's market menus, which feature local delicacies and dishes, you will be able to sample what the locals eat on board, made in front of you, wok and all, in an alfresco setting with a few, maybe even sitting by outside viewing Halong Bay, or even freshly caught fish when you're in the South Pacific. And finally, number 10, around the world in 180 days makes our number 10 and also the top 10 voyages that you want to do on Oceania Cruises. This epic 180 days will take you to 5 continents, 34 countries, to visit over 100 UNESCO heritage sites in 96 ports, with over 24 overnights in 180 days from Miami or Los Angeles and back to New York, with 26 multi-day optional overland adventures to cross off, standing amongst the Himalayan mountains in Nepal, or even walk among the tigers in the Pink City in Jaipur, India. And certainly with the growing popularity of travelers seeking to travel longer and the unmistakable pent-up demand to travel and to make up for lost time, this epic journey will be open for reservations on March 2nd on board our 684 guest ship on board the Insignia. Now, with our 2023 World Cruise sold out in one day when we launched this last year, this year we're introducing 4 new, beautiful, but shorter grand voyages that range from 70 to 82 days to different parts of our beautiful world on our other ships. You can join us to learn more next Wednesday. It's going to be on next Wednesday, February 23rd, to check out more epic possibilities. And you'll receive an invitation for an advanced preview if this piques your interest. Now, no matter what you choose, know that our fares always include all the important elements of what you'll need on your vacation. I know you're planning and researching now. Now, some folks say for years to go on a trip, and some may go a few times a year. But again, no matter how frequently you travel, when you sail with Oceania Cruises, rest assured that you will not be nickeled and dimed during your voyage. The fact that of the matter is there are some fantastic offers out there where it's very inexpensive to get on a cruise, but everything that you're going to be using and enjoying will add up, and they're extras, and they all add up. And yes, the line gets blurred at times when some of the premium lines begin to offer amenities, when they have promotions, and sometimes maybe they won't, but it is very confusing. But on Oceania Cruises, we have a simple all-in pricing. If you're looking at some of the options on Oceania Cruises, just remember all the important elements that make up a vacation are already included. Specialty restaurants, unlimited internet, still and sparkling water, soft drinks and specialty coffees and teas. Essentially anything that is non-alcoholic is all included. Now, this is the core inclusion of the cruise. This does not change even if you just look at the cost of the cruise alone. Additionally, as part of the Oceania Cruises experience, we also include O-Life Choice Package, where return airfare with transfers are included when you fly out of Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver, and from over 20 US different cities throughout the US, regardless of the season of travel. And if you're joining us from secondary cities like Thunder Bay or Winnipeg or Halifax, guests will only have to pay a flat rate of $250 Canadian return to connect to the major hubs where routing is possible. And because we know that different people enjoy different things, we don't expect guests to pay for the things that they're not going to use. That's why we include O-Life Choice, where you have a choice of shore excursions where you can select from a wide range of excursions that are free, or you can choose the beverage package, which includes unlimited beer, wine, or champagne by the glass for lunch and dinner. And when you select the beverage package as an option, you can top up to include unlimited premium liquors and spirits wherever libation is served for for a small fee of 20 US per person per day. And if only one of you drink and the other does not, only pay for the one person. We do not mandate both occupants to purchase the top up. Again, especially if only one person is going to enjoy it. And if you don't drink like me, the shipboard credit is a useful option that offers you the flexibility to do a little bit of everything. The number of free excursions or the value of the shipboard credit really vary according to the voyage of the length. The length of the voyage, sorry. Our All Life choice is included on all voyages and for guests in all stateroom categories. Of course, you can always unbundle the air if you are using points or prefer to make your own air arrangements. You can also unbundle the All Life choice option because again, this ability allows you to truly see the value of the cruise alone. But by looking at our all-in pricing, it's a very helpful in establishing a worry-free, no running tab vacation. In other words, we're giving you the showroom model for the price that you're seeing. Now, we also know that the world has gone through a lot of change and no one wants to travel with uncertainty. To that point, you'll be happy to know that our deposits are fully refundable, typically around the 4 to 6 month mark before departure, offering you a no strings attached, no risk proposition to try something new and take your love of travel to the next level. And with our smaller ships and a new generation of travelers looking at Oceania cruises, your advantage is truly booking early for the best selections. And with rumblings of fuel prices and the cost of things going up, certainly it's a good time to lock in the low fares now. Now, unlike other sectors in the travel industry, cruise line companies are regulated by CDC or Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This means that we are subject to a much higher level of transparency and regulation than any other sectors like hotels or airlines or resorts. And as a company, we operate with 100% vaccinated crew and guests, along with a multi-layered safety protocols and equipment to keep our guests and communities that we visit safe. And since these protocols are constantly evolving, such as masks now being optional, not mandated on board our ships, it is always vital to work with Sean's team, who knows us well and can certainly guide you accordingly. But feel free to check out our SailSafe program, and you can feel safe and confident when you are in our care, especially with our SailSafe program. Now, to close, we hope that you have enjoyed traveling together on our top 10 list, but we have over 470 voyages for you to select from. We do currently have almost 40 voyages offering up to a 4-category upgrade for travel in 22 and 23 to the Mediterranean, to Alaska, to the Greek Isles and more. And that's happening right now, but it ends in 5 days. You will be receiving some of the list of the featured voyages tomorrow if you want to peruse. And so certainly reach out to your Expedia Cruises consultant to put it on hold, at least, as it is a truly remarkable offer that does not come around very often. And when you work with our preferred partners at Expedia Cruises, prepaid gratuities are often included on many other select voyages in 22 and 23. And it's, again, another very coveted value. And as a special thank you for joining us this evening, our partner is offering you an additional $100 shipboard credit US per stateroom for any new reservations made between today and until the end of February. So there is something for everyone, no matter what you select. Now, we appreciate that there are many choices out there, but we hope that you will keep Oceania Cruises top of mind for all the reasons we shared today. I always used to advise my clients when I consulted in another life, my past career, to always compare 3 solutions: good, better, and best, and that you'll be surprised sometimes that the difference in price for better or best options may surprise you, and the difference in quality and value often exceed your expectations. And we do that a lot, exceeding expectations. But no matter what you decide, this past year has certainly made us think about how we want to travel differently and what it would look like. And after a 2-year hiatus from traveling, people are truly wanting to treat themselves. They want to splurge a little to make these experiences truly special. Travel is back again, like Sean said, on many people's agenda. It is time to make plans and have something to look forward to get out there, to explore the world, to discover new ports of call, share new experiences, connect with friends and loved ones, and make new friends. So let's look to the future. And finally, after, again, 2 years, we cannot wait to welcome you back on board our little ships at sea for your first adventure or your 10th on Oceania Cruises. So in the meantime, please take good care, be safe, and be well. I'm going to pass this over to you, Sean.
Thank you so much. That was great. There are now 9 more cruises that I want to do, based on your presentation. There's not 10 because I'm planning to do the first one already. So, yeah, I just wanted to reinforce what is going to go on during the next 12 months, 24 months. There's such a pent-up demand. We are seeing that people are going to be booking probably for the rest of 2022, your Caribbeans, your Europes, your Alaska, the people, when our clients begin to travel, they're going to stay, closer to home, the safer places. But for 23, we are doing bookings for South America, Australia, Asia. It's going to be in so much demand. If you think about Australia, we lost the 2020-21 season. We're losing the 21-22 season. You're going to have 3 years of demand crammed into 1 year. And so booking early is going to be the most important thing. The other thing about booking early is getting your lift, locking in your lift. That's why Oceania is such a great partner, because they lock in that flight price right from the start. So yeah, great product. Great to work with you, Shirley Lou. She's like one of our favorites, and a great product. You'll love it. Try it. For those of you who've done Princess and Celebrity, this is your next step, going up. Once you go up to this step, you don't want to go back down. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to helping you plan that spectacular vacation. Let's go and create memories, fulfill your dreams. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night.